Hey guys, it's Ginger here, and I wanted to have another nice and relaxing songwriting session with coffee, talking about 3 ways that you can write a bad song today. Now, if you want to write a bad song, the first thing that you should do is start from a place of fakeness. Don't write lyrics that are real, because that's what people actually want to hear. See, people actually want to hear lyrics that are about somebody's real life or something that they could relate to, something that's real. So if you want your song to be bad, write about something very generic, something that anybody could have written, Joe Blow could have written, or Mary Jane could have written. Anything. Don't write about your real life, because that's what people actually are interested in. Step number 2. If you want to write a bad song, write a really, really long song. You see, people's attention spans haven't gotten shorter, but there's so many interesting things online, like TikTok or a new interesting YouTube video. There's so many interesting things that people have more things to see, more things to be interested in. So they are interested in, let's say, your song for a shorter amount of time, because they want to go off and watch the next TikTok video. So if you want to write a bad song, write a very long song that goes on and on and on and on, repeating the same verse, chorus. The next verse is the same melody. Another chorus that's exactly the same. The next verse is the exact same melody. And then another chorus that is exactly the same with no ad-libs. Just keep doing that, and people will surely hate your song. Step number 3. If you want to write a bad song, write a song that sounds local. Now, what does local mean? Well, my songwriting friend and producer friend / mixing engineer taught me this term, and what it means is songs that sound like everybody around you, all of your songwriting community, all your songwriter friends. When you listen to a song that, say, your friend wrote or somebody local wrote, there's just something about it that's local sounding. It's like it doesn't have that beautiful, catchy chorus that just rips your heart out, or it doesn't have that verse that's so intricately written and says exactly what you've always been feeling, but in the most beautiful way. So if you want your song to sound bad, don't do that. Write songs that sound local. Write choruses that don't really say much, and write verses that don't connect to anybody and are, like I said, fake. It's very, very easy to write a bad song, and I'll show you an example. I'll write a bad song for you. So, the first step to writing a bad song . So let's say you're ready to write your first bad song. The first thing that you want to do is pick a chord progression. I'm going to use this very generic one. C, G, E minor, A minor. I'm going to pick a chord progression that not a lot of people use, and it's not one of the most popular ones. So that's the first step. The next step is to pick a feel that is, nice. So that is a wonderful chord progression that I'm going to use for my bad song. The next thing that I'm going to do is pull up some lyrics that I have. I wrote them a while ago. They're nothing very special. And I'm going to sing these in a way that sounds bad, which means that there isn't much rhythm within the vocal melody. So it's just going to be nice and boring. So my lyrics are the first thing that come up. It's the latest thing that I wrote. Kiss by kiss, falling hard. Open up like the clouds. Fingertips raining hard. No one here can hear a sound. The lyrics are pretty good, but that doesn't matter. If you're gonna write a bad song, you can have great lyrics, but you can still sing the melody in a bad way and make your song bad. Somebody's baby is going crazy outside. Pro tip, if you really want to make bad music, especially if you're a recording artist at home, live in an apartment complex with lots of loud people who don't give a shit about you at all. Kiss by kiss, falling hard, open up like the clouds. Now when I'm constructing a melody, and I want to make this sound bad because I'm writing a bad song, while I'm constructing my melody, I want my actual melody to have notes that aren't close to each other. So for instance, it would be dun 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 dun, because that makes it more difficult for the average person to sing. So if anybody were to ever hear my song on the radio, they would have no chance of being able to sing along to it. This is very important when you're writing your bad song. Kiss by kiss, falling hard, open up like the clouds, fingertips raining hard, no one cared, no one here can hear a sound. Now this sounds nice and sort of catchy. So, since I'm writing a bad song, instead of making this the chorus, I'm going to make it the verse. Now, I'm just going to make a note. This is going to be verse. And my chorus is going to be just the next thing that I wrote in my lyrics. I'm not really paying attention to what they are. So, chorus. So again, the verse melody is going to be kiss by kiss, falling hard, open up like the clouds, fingertips raining hard, no one here can hear a sound. So that's my verse. The chorus, since this is going to be a bad song, I want my chorus melody to be low, not high. And I'm going to use different chords than the verse, because that always confuses the listener, so they'll definitely think it's a bad song. So this is my chorus. And I'm gonna make it similar to the verse melody, so it's nice and boring. You called me yours, we don't talk anymore, bedroom blues, stuck on you, need someone to get me through. That's my chorus, nice and boring, doesn't really say much, and it really doesn't connect to anyone. You called me yours, you called me yours, and I like how that's phrased, very bad. You called me yours. It's nice and random. You called me yours. We don't talk anymore. Bedroom blues, stuck on you. Need someone to get me through. And I like how that ends not on the one. So it sounds nice and unsettled, which means that the listener will feel nice and uncomfortable hearing that. Get me through. Whereas landing on the one, now this would be writing a good song, which isn't what I'm doing. Landing on the one would be bedroom blues, stuck on you, need someone to get me through. But we're not doing that. So I have a nice verse. Kiss by kiss, falling hard, open up like the clouds, fingertips raining hard, no one here can hear a sound. And the verses, you called me yours, we don't talk anymore, bedroom blues, get me through. And also, I'm going to not put a hook in the song because that'll leave the listener nice and confused because they'll have no idea what the song is called. So it'll be almost impossible for them to Google my song and see who the writer is and who I am. So my verse is going to be another random thing that I wrote, and I'm going to make it the exact same melody as the first verse, so it's nice and boring. Friends on full blast. And I'm not gonna phrase this nicely, so it'll be very wordy and hard to sing. Friends on full blast, trying to forget the past, bedroom blues, forgetting you. Friends full blast, trying to forget the past, bedroom blues, forgetting you. We both know that ain't true. We're on a break and it's getting true. These lyrics were actually supposed to be from the perspective of Ross on Friends. At least that section was. So, I feel like I have the start of a very bad song. As you can see, this song makes no sense as to where it's going. So as you can see, it's very easy to write a bad song, and this is why people do it all the time. Now, the next time you're trying to write a song, be sure to pay attention to the steps in this video for what you can do to write your next bad song.